Hey everybody, I'm going to do a little midweek, or actually the beginning of the week. It's Labor Day when I recorded this, and yeah. I wanted to tell you guys I took a minute from jogging and, self-aggrandizement that I had saw something on Fox News fascinating. I make no secret that Beto O'Rourke is one of my least favorite chicken shit politicians, but for some reason this guy survives, and yeah, he keeps surviving. This was a Fox News article. This was actually relatively lately. It said that Beto O'Rourke vows mandatory buyback of assault weapons if elected president. And that was several hours ago. This was from Fox News. Caitlin Yilek, Yilek. That was from the Washington Examiner also. There's a reason why I bring it up. It kind of stuck in my craw about his low level of bullshit. Mandatory buyback of assault weapons. Somebody in Charlottesville, Virginia had asked how he would address the fears of some Americans that the government would take away their assault weapons. But here's the funniest thing. He comes out and says that's exactly what that we are going to do, and that's what he had said. Americans that own AR-15s, AK-47s will have to sell them to the government. We're not going to allow them to stay on our streets, to show up in our communities, to be used against us in our synagogues, our churches, mosques, our Walmarts. God forbid we shut a Walmart down, or public places. This is some of his low-end shit. All countries have video games. All countries struggle with mental health. All countries deal with hatred. But only America has more guns than human beings, which is a really broken-ass argument about his which killed nearly 40,000 people a year. That's why, as president, I would institute a mandatory buyback of every assault weapon in America. Yeah, of course, they made that a focal point of his campaign. Here's something I want you guys to stew on. Number one is bullshit, and I don't want anybody to think that's a good idea. I hate to say the libertarians are right about something. They're right about not being a chicken shit like Beto O'Rourke. He's basically saying that they're gonna buy your guns for whatever they feel like, and blatantly they're going to not give a shit what you're saying. And yeah, of course, some of his legions of chicken shits and their "this is fucked up" t-shirts. Yeah, it's fucked up, but I'm going to tell you, being a yard sale pussy like Beto O'Rourke is not going to make you safer. I'm going to tell you, people like him will get more people killed. And it's an excuse to think that a chicken shit like him, and yeah, there's bigger chicken shits. That's what's sad. I have to defend other chicken shits when you see people like him. I'm blatantly clear. You don't need crap like this. That's not a solution. That's a threat. That's lower than what, Eric Swallowwell, what he said about it. Here's what my counter offer is for low-end politicians like him that set bad examples for men in America. And this is young men, this is disenfranchised men. People like him ought to get a testosterone test, a panel, blood panel, and figure out what the fuck is wrong with you people, politicians, because he's a pussy and he's a chicken shit. I don't know why we deal with people like this. I was like, it doesn't take much to be a man, but apparently that bottom level, they're not even close. It doesn't take a horseshoe mustache, doesn't take being bald, doesn't take cussing, doesn't take, getting education or any of that. Because apparently some of these people, they failed a long time ago. But they're the people that aren't involved with the local communities. They're the kind of people that cry to the government for help every 5 minutes. And then what they want to do is not even the real solutions like developing empathy with others. It's this kind of garbage. It's the Swalwell solution, trying to drop a nuke on people. Good luck, man. You're an idiot. You're from Texas. Oh, well, you were from Texas, or you might be from Texas. But I'm gonna put it this way: you had enough residency to run and become, a piece of shit. And here's the thing: you and your ilk are gonna fuck over the state of Texas. Yeah, they have idiots, they have shooters. We all do. We have our own problems. We got meth squirrels running around my state. But I'm going to tell you this much. You don't need Beto O'Rourke. That dude is a clown. All right, hey, before we carry on too much, hit the notification, and over that way, hit the bell I want you to subscribe and then get notifications, because I screw that up. Well, I'll also put a link to that article I was mentioning in the notes below. Obviously, you can find me on Twitter at FreeMatt. That's Matt with 2 T's, Matt Podcast. Also, I'm on Gab and BitChute. I will put a link. I will put those appropriate links down below. I don't make any money off of this, and I strongly doubt I'm ever going to get monetized. But I'm going to ask you one thing. If you have any ideas, I'm willing to shill. Throw me a sponsor or something. I'm not even paying for this out of my. It's coming out of my own pocket. I don't have deals. I don't I don't have like a makeup deal. I don't have like, these baskets come from the, bric-a-brac store or whatever. All right, back to what I was saying about your ass clown extraordinaire that's been running for president. I don't know how anybody with that limp wrist, that terrible overbite, and just a demeanor of being pushed over, why it's that appealing for limp wrist and just chicken shittery. I honestly don't know how you people have let things go that far left from people like Jim Webb. Jim Webb, look at his background. He was a Marine. He was an officer. I've mentioned his service to our country. Believe he was in charge of he's been involved with the Defense Department. He's a senator. All right. The man, he worked his ass off, and he was a man among the people. Conservatives and liberals both. But you morons couldn't even vote somebody like him in. Jim Webb. And you're like, what's wrong with him now? I said, probably he's tainted. People like Beto O'Rourke would taint somebody like that because he works for Donald Trump. But I want you to look, our leaders were men of integrity. I'm not saying we can't have women of integrity running our country, but I'd rather have somebody like Jim Webb. I don't want sweethearts. I don't want feminism. I don't want bullshit little ideas. I don't want chicken shits. And here's the thing, just consider that. You need to start looking at things like that. He's low end. I mean, you can't tell me that somebody like him's like, he's not. I don't. It's frustrating to think that people don't understand that he's not by any means some trailblazer. He's a punk who showed up with a rolled up shirt, who's telling you cool things, and you pull the soccer mom attitude BS, and you're scared. I'm like, well, I like what he says. It's like, grow up, get involved with your community, get involved with your family and your community, your next door neighbors, love one another, and you can solve this. People don't like it. There's plenty of countries where people have guns. They have mental problems. They have knuckleheads. They have idiots. But where it should have happened 30 years ago when we started slipping away. And, well, it's getting worse. It's up to you. It doesn't take shooting people. It doesn't take, pumping them full of drugs. It takes you caring and empathy. And that's something, my libertarian solution to start to start back where things are supposed to be is empathy and love and consideration. I'm not trying to be a troll. People know I have a bad sense of humor, and I say things to people's faces and it's like a lead balloon. It doesn't go anywhere. But I'm not being, I'm dead serious. You don't need anybody like Beto O'Rourke. If it was Jim Webb versus Donald Trump, I'd tell you it was a 50-50 split. Both of them are men. Both of them are capable of things. Just lay off this garbage. All right? Well, I'm looking at a 10-minute mark. All right. Remember, guys, subscribe, hit the notifications. Look for me on Twitter. Put all hate messages to my Gmail account. That's free, Free, Matt, M-A-T-T, podcast @gmail.com. Look forward to hearing from you. If you have any money-making schemes or you want to throw some crazy product ideas or something at me, I'll shill for you. All right? Take care of yourself.